Good evening. Hello, good evening, everyone. Today we are going to discuss one question which is basically for A level from section B, cost and management accounting. This is question number 5. In this question, we are going to learn how to prepare cash budget and how to make a production budget that you already know in my previous video. It is already stated there like how to prepare a production budget. Okay, and in this question also you have to prepare. Okay, let's start with this question. Okay, so in this question, N Limited produce and sell one product. Okay, here they produce and sell only one product, and the product has a unit selling price that is 160. Okay, the budgeted sales for the month of July and sales that was given to you, which is 198,400 and 240,000. Okay, the following information is available. Cash sale is 20% of the total sales of all month. They said whatever the total sales, the cash sales is considered to be 20% only of the total sales. Okay, so it means here if we're talking about total sales, if you're talking about the cash, total sales is given to you for the month of July and August, and if you're going to calculate 20% on the July sales as well as on the August sales, then you're able to find out what is your cash sales. Okay, and the remainder are credit sales. Whatever left, it is your credit sales. And the thing is, in the following months, it means July is 20% is the cash sales and 80% were going to be transferred in which month? It is credit sales, and so that it will be transferred in August month. Okay, and for the actual sale for the month of June is 214,000. So this is the thing which is given in first point. Let's move toward the second one. In the second question, they told you N Limited intended to achieve the following inventory at the end of each month. It is clearly given to you, like the closing stock of July is this much, and for the August is this much, and closing stock, and on the 30 June, N Limited having 240 units. Okay, so it means the closing stock of June is already given to you, which is 240. So June, July and August closing stock you are having. Okay, let's move forward. Third part, they told you about the raw material purchase, and each unit required 5 kilos of raw material, and per kilo rate is $18, and they got 2% cash discount over here, and Unlimited paid supply in the month of purchase only. Here is no twist, like sometime in question we find out like this thing, like after purchasing all the raw material, 50% we are going to pay in the following month, but in this case it's simple. They told you this much only. They have whatever you produce, whatever you have to supply, you have to supply in this much only, that months only. Okay, now next, fourth point. In fourth point, there is a direct wages 40% and all. Okay, in fifth point, fixed overhead things related to that given. In sixth point, new machinery they purchase in the month of August, and the closing balance is given to you. Okay, the cash balance is given to you, which is 1st July. Now they want you to ask the 3 questions only. Okay, no, 5 questions in total. Okay, yeah. So in A part, they ask you to write down the 2 benefits of preparing cash budget. Okay, so why we are going to why, what are the advantages, what are the benefit of cash budget? From the cash budget you can arrange credit if there is cash deficit. Okay, so you are very much aware about the position of your cash after preparing your cash budget, and if there is a cash budget, cash deficit. If there is cash deficit, then we can arrange credit. Okay, and the second advantages is, like, if we are having cash surplus, okay, in cash budget, if you find like you you're having cash deficit means you don't have enough cash. So for that, running your business, you need a credit. So if you're having a cash deficit, then you can arrange credit. If you're having a cash surplus, if you're having a cash surplus, then you can, if you're having enough cash, then what is the best thing for a company? They can invest their cash into anywhere, like they can do any investment. Because what happened, ideal cash is not good for the position of a company. Okay, means you have to invest your cash. It's not like that the cash is only in bank or in hand. You have to invest it. Okay, so if you're having a cash surplus, then you can invest, you can do a good investment. Okay, you can arrange investment. So these are the two benefit. Okay, now in B part, they ask you to prepare a production budget, but they want answer in unit for the month of July and for the month of August. And how to prepare a production budget. It's a simple thing. Okay, what is this? This is a production budget for the month of July and for the month of August. Okay, so how you going to prepare the production budget? First of all, you have to write down the sales, and then you have to add your closing stock, and then deduct your opening stock. Okay, then you can easily find out your budget production, how much you produce or how much you should produce for the month of July and for the month of August. Okay, so what is the sale? So sales is given to you in the question. Let's move towards the detail of sales. Okay, so this is sales. Okay, budgeted sales. But here the problem is this amount is in dollar. Okay, but in production budget you need to find out the unit. So selling price is 160. So if you find out the sales in unit for the month of July, 198,400 divided by 160. Okay, then for the month of July, your sales is 1240 units. And in the same way, you have to do for the month of August, that is 240,000 divided by 160, that will become 1500 units. Okay, I think this information is enough for you. So you can use the sales unit for preparing your production budget. So for the month of July, your per unit is your sales unit is 1240, and for the month of August your sales unit is 1500. Okay, and what about the closing stock? Closing stock is already given to you. Simple, in that point B, because you no need to find out. Okay, here it is given. In the month of July, in the month of June, their closing stock is 240. Okay, and in the month of July, 300 is closing stock, and 200 is the closing stock for the month of August. So I'm going to write this out. Okay, here Okay, so closing stock for the month of July is 300 and for the month of August is 200. Okay, now the question is, what is your opening stock? So June's closing stock will be considered as July's opening stock, and July's closing stock will be considered as August opening stock. So June's closing stock is directly given to you in question, that is 240. So now it is simple to find out the opening stock. Okay, so June's closing stock will be the opening stock of July, that is 240. Okay, that is 240. That is 240. And July closing stock, that is 300, is the opening stock for the month of August. Okay, so from this you can easily find out your production budget, that is 1300 and 1400, and this is in units. Okay, now this is the answer for the B part. For C part, they want you to find out or prepare the cash budget. Now before doing this, you need to know how to prepare the cash budget. Okay, so cash budget is very simple. How you going to prepare it? First of all, I'm going to tell you the format, and then later on after this, after the format, we are going to discuss the question. Okay, so first of all, you have to write down your all receipt, whatever receipts you have. Okay, but it should be on whatever receipts. Okay, whether cash sales, whether credit sales, everything you have to write down. That's it. Okay, whatever the receipts you are having, you'll then after that find out the total receipt, and then write down. Then after this, write down your payment, and when you're able to find out your total payment, then what you have to do, then find out the net receive, how much you received. Okay, after that, add the opening balance of cash, and then you will able to find out your closing balance of cash, because under cash budget, what is your total cash at the end of the budget, you have to predict that. So how you going to predict that? First you need to write down your receipts, then able to find out total receipt, then write down repayment, then you're able to find out your total payment. Okay, then after deducting total receipt from total payment, just deduct these two amounts, and then you able to find out your net receipt, and in net received add opening cash balance, and then you're having your closing balance of cash. Okay, I think this much is clear. Now we are going to solve this question. How are you going to solve this? For that, first thing we need to know what is our receipt and what is our payment. Okay, so in the additional information, the first part, cash sales, this information is totally related to the sales. Okay, so in sales means, what do you mean by sales? Sales means what? After sale you get something. Okay, so that's your receipt. Okay, then this is the closing stock, no receipt, no payment. Okay, then raw material purchase means you paid something, so it's your payment. So fourth point, direct wages. Again, direct wages is your expense, so again payment. Okay, in fifth point, they give information related to the fixed overhead is your expense. Okay, so again the fifth point is also your payment side. And the sixth one is a new machinery purchase in the month of August, so again purchase means payment. Okay, now how are you going to solve this? Now use this information and use the format which I told you. Okay, what you have to do here, we are going to prepare that cash budget. Okay, for the month of, they want you cash budget, preparation of cash budget for the month of July and for the month of August. Okay, and for the month of July and August, first of all, in cash budget we are going to record our receipt. Okay, so in receipt, from first point we have cash sales and credit sales. Okay, first point is for receipt. So after that we are getting total receipt. Okay, now what is your cash receipt, what is your credit receipt? That's the main question. Okay, now for that we have to understand what is in point 1. Okay, so cash sales for 20% of the total sales in all month. Okay, it means they told you like 20% you have to do for the total sales, and that's your cash sales. Okay, and whatever left means whatever the thing left means 80%. 80% is the credit sales receivable in the following month. Means it's simple, it's very simple. July, if you're talking about July sales, okay, how are you going to find it out? Just do a simple thing, no need to do anything special. Okay, what you have to do, 20% of the July sales. So 20% of the July sales is, you have to do what, 198,400. 198,400 into 0.20. 20% it is na, so that's your 39,680. Okay, so 39,680. Okay, this is what, 20%. And for the August, your sales is 240,000. Okay, so what you have to do, 240,000 into 20%, that is 48,000. So 48,000. This is for August month. Okay, now the remainder are credit sales. It means 80% is the credit sales which is receivable in the following months. So 80% of July receivable in the month of August, and 80% of June. 80% of June is going to be receivable in the month of July. Okay, so 80% of June's sale, that is 240,000 into 0.80, that is 171200. Okay, so this amount is going to be receivable in the month of July. So 171200. Okay, and July's 80% in the month of August. So 240,000 into 0.80 is 158,720. Okay, so this is your cash sales and this is your credit sales. I think this is clear. Okay, I'm going to explain again. They said cash sales 20%. of the total sales of all month. मतलब जितने भी महीने का सेल्स है उसका 20% you have to find it out. Okay, that's your cash sales. तो जुलाई का 198,400 into 20%, that is 39,680. Okay, and 240,000 20%, that is 48,000. Write down. This is your cash sales. And they said like credit, whatever the left means 80% is going to be received in the next month. So 198,400 into 80% is going to be recorded in which month? August. Why? Because they said this thing, the remainder of credit sales receivable in the following month. When you going to receive it? In the following month. So August credit sale is this much, and June's total sale is 214,000, that is given to you. And if you're going to calculate 80% of that, then you'll get 171,200 that you have to record here. Okay, so this thing I'm going to record in my cash budget. Okay, so cash sales and credit sales, 39,680, and here 48,000. Okay, and 171,200 plus 158,720. Then your total receipt is 210,880 and 206,720. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to record your payments. So for the payments you have every information regarding that. In third point they told you raw material are purchased in the month of production. Very good. Whatever you produce, you purchase the raw material in that month only, and each unit required 5 kilos of raw material and the rate is 18 per kilo. So it's very simple. For that you need to know what is your month's production, because if you know what is your month's production, then you have to multiply it with 5 kilos, because each unit requires 5 kilo raw material. Whatever you produce in the month of July, whatever you produce in the month of August, for raw material purchase, how much raw material you required for each unit? 5 kilo raw material is required, and 1 kilo's rate is $18. So from here you can easily find out how much you paid for purchasing raw material. Okay, so for that, what is your production unit? So because from here you find it out already, that July production in unit is 1,300 and August production is 1,400. Okay, so these two unit you know it very well, so you have to write it like this: payment for raw material. Okay, for raw material in the month of July it is 1,300. For 1 unit you need 5 kilo, and how much dollar for 1 kilo? $18. So from here you'll easily find out your 114,660 as a payment for raw material. Okay, and same 1,400 we produced in the month of August, and for 1 unit we need 5 kilo, and 1 kilo's cost is $18. So 123,480. So 123,480. This is payment for raw material. From where we get this information? From point number 3. Okay, now moving forward to the next part. Okay, so next part, in the fourth part they told you like direct wages are 40 per unit. Whatever unit you produce, you have to pay $40 as a wages for one unit. Okay, now payable in the month in which they are incurred. So now the problem is solved. We are going to pay wages on the respective month only. If a customer purchased produce if the labor produce whatever the unit they produce in the month, they get wages in that month only. Okay, so now in the fourth point, direct wages is 40 per unit. So what we are going to do, your wages is how much unit you produce. So 1300 and 1400. So 1300 into 40, that is 52,000. Okay, and 1400 into 40, that is 56,000. So I'm going to record this two value over here in your purchase, in your cash budget. Okay, so wages, how much wages? For this much you purchase in the month of July, and the wages rate is $40. So 1300 into 40 is 52,000, and 1400 you produce in the month of August. So 1400 into 40, that is 56,000. Okay, after that, next point, fourth is done. Okay, fifth. In fifth point, they told you that fixed overhead for the month for July was 60,000. Okay, for July it is 60,000, and it is expected, हमें लग रहा है, एक्सपेक्ट किया जा रहा है टू इंक्रीज बाय 5% फ्रॉम जुलाई. कि भाई जून में तो द फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड इज 60,000 ओनली, बट फ्रॉम द जुलाई इट विल इंक्रीज बाय 5%. सो 5% मीन्स 60,000 into 105%, that is your 63,000. So it is clearly stated here, like in the month of June the fixed overhead is 60,000. In the month of July it increased by 5%, that means 63,000. And in the month of August, because it's a fixed overhead, so after July there is no expectation given in the question. Like if they said like this, every month 5% increase, then you need to find out the increased fixed overhead. And how you going to solve that at the time? 63,000 into 105%. Okay, but here you don't have such kind of information. They told you like this only, like it is expected to increase by 5% from July. From July your fixed overhead will increase by 5%. So 63,000 in the month of July, 63,000 in the month of August. Okay, of these 60% of the overhead. Now we are going to find out the payment side, because actually we are going to prepare cash budget, and in cash budget how much we are going to pay, we have to record that. So in this information of these overhead, 60% of the overhead is paid in the month it is incurred. Means in the month of July we paid 60% in that month only, but it is incurred and the remainder in the following month. It means 60% July's. How we are going to pay these overhead? These are the overhead. June's overhead is 60,000. July overhead is 63,000, August overhead is 63,000. What they said? No. What they said? They said June, July and August. Okay. So June's overhead is 60,000. July overhead is 63,000. August overhead is 63,000. They said this 60,000, how we are going to pay this? 60,000, 60% this year, and 60,000 40% in the month of July. Okay. Again, July's overhead, that is 63,000. So again 60% in the month of July and 40% in the month of August. Same happens in the month of August only. Okay, 60% in the month of August and 40% in the month of September. Okay, now this information is enough for you, I guess. Again, I'm going to tell you, in the question it is clearly stated, they told you everything clearly, like whatever overhead you are having, whatever means from July's overhead is 60,000. Okay, 60,000, and then they increased with the 5%. They expected it will increase by 5%. Okay, from the month of July. So 60,000 into 105%, that is 63,000. It means fixed overhead is 63,000 from month of July. Okay, every month it is fixed 60,000, 63,000, and the condition is 60% they are going to pay in that month only, and 40% in the following month. Following month means next month. Same happens for the month of July also, same happens for the month of August also. Okay, so we are after calculating this. Okay, if you're going to find out the 40% of this, okay, 40% of this is 20. Okay, I have to change the color. Okay, so 40,000 for the month of June, yani 60,000 into 40%, that is 24,000. Okay, and 60% of 63,000, that is 37,800. Okay, then 63,000 40%, then 63,000 40% is 25,200, and 63,000 60% is 37,800. Now what you have to do, add all these two sales, so that you can, not sales, sorry, fixed overhead, so that you can able to find it out. So fixed overhead for the month of July is 24,000 plus 37,800, that is 61,800. Okay, and for the month of August, that is 37,800 and 25,200, that will become 63,000 only. Okay, I think this is enough. Okay, next point. Next is you purchased a new machinery. You purchased a new machinery, that is 40,000, and you purchased in which month? In the month of August. It is given in point 6. You purchased that machinery in the month of August. So we have to record this as a payment of August only. So write down machinery and how much you paid? 40,000 only. Okay, now we have to check everything, every payment is covered by us or not. Okay, from third point, everything, here, yeah, third point is covered, right? And in the fourth point, we only take this much. Okay, we forgot to take this information. Okay, what we are going to do, in any month where sales exceed $200. So first of all, you have to find out how much sales for the month of June, how much sales for the month of July, how much sales for the month of August. It is given in your question. Okay, they said whatever, if you exceed with the $200, the worker are paid a total bonus of 10% on excess, and the bonus is paid on the month after the relevant sales. Whatever the sales you made, suppose you made in the month of August sales which is more than $200, so when the person get a bonus? In the next month. Okay, this thing is clear, I guess. 1 month after means बाद में, सेल्स के बाद में उसको एक्स्ट्रा सेल्स पे बोनस मिलेगा 10%. दिस इज द थिंग. ओके, but the limit is $200. Now we have to find out what is our sales. So June, July, August sales. July sale is 198,400, which is below than $200. Okay. August sale is 240,000. Yes, it's above than $200. How much? 40,000 exceed. Okay. And for the month of June, the sale is 214,000. Okay, it means how much you exceed? 14,000, because they told you clearly that this is your limit. Okay, whatever excess amount you get in sales above that, you have to pay 10% as a bonus to workers on extra sales. Okay, but that bonus is not in that month only, in the following month. Means this 14,000, yes, the 14,000 the bonus is 10% is 1,400. Okay, in this you also exceed in the month of August 40,000, so 40,000 10% is 4,000. But the thing is, you have to pay this bonus in the after sales means June sale it is, so you're going to pay this bonus in the month of July. This is bonus for the month of July, and this 4,000 we are going to consider it for the month of September. Okay, I think this much is clear. भाई 200,000 सेल्स था, 200,000 लिमिट था सेल्स का. अगर इससे ज़्यादा प्रोड्यूस करा तो 10% का बोनस देना पड़ेगा, बट उस मंथ नहीं, अगले मंथ, क्योंकि उस मंथ तो सेल किया है ना, अगले मंथ 10%. ओके, सो इन द मंथ ऑफ जून वी एक्सीड विद द 14,000, so we have to pay bonus on 14,000, that is 1,400, but not in the month of June because it's a sales month. So in the month of July, simultaneously July having 198,400 sales, but it is below $200, so no bonus. For August we for August the sale exceed with 40,000, so 40 on 40,000 sales we are going to calculate 10% bonus, which is 4,000. But the thing is, when we are going to pay that 4,000? In the month of September. Okay, so July bonus we are having. Okay, June bonus we don't have, and August no have. Okay. Okay, here is my cash budget. Okay, so bonus, so June bonus, on June sales we are going to pay bonus in the month of July, and July don't have any bonus because the sale is already less than $200, and in August 4,000 bonus, I guess, something which we are going to pay in the month of September, so no bonus in the month of August. Okay, now out of this information, what you're going to do now, find out the total payment, total receipt you're having, find out the total payment. So total payment is, you have to add 1146600, then your 52,000, then 61,800, then 1,400. So your total payment is 229,860. Okay, and here 282,480. Okay, so you're having total receipt and total payment. Now what you going to do after that? I told you, after that you have to find out your net receivable, how much you have to receive. So this is means what you, okay, I have to change the color of pen so that you can easily identify what to do. Okay, this is your receipt and this is your total payment. Now deduct both so that you can able to find out net receipt. So here 18,980. Okay, and here it is, because 206 you're having less receipt and more payment, so your negative, it's again your negative balance 75760. Okay, now what you have to do, add opening balance of cash, which is given you in point number 7. In 7 point they gave you cash at bank on 1st July. On 1st July, opening balance of cash is 80,600. So we are going to use that 80,600 so that we can conclude our closing balance of cash. So what is my closing balance after solving this? 80,600 minus 18,980, that is 61,620. And if this is a closing balance for the month of July, then this is the, then it will become opening balance for the month of August. Then 61620 minus 75760, you'll get closing balance 14140, and this is your cash budget. Okay, now quickly we are going to revise it. First we have to record all receipt, then we have to record all payment, and then we have to find out what is your net receipt, which is receipt minus payment. Okay, that is this much, and then add opening balance, and then you'll able to find out the closing balance. And this is common sense. This July's closing balance of cash will be the opening balance for the next month, August. Okay, then find out the closing balance of August month also. So this is the way how you're going to prepare the cash budget. Okay, I think this much is clear to you all. Okay, now in the D and E part, they give you some additional information. Don't skip this video. Okay, this is also important, because here you have to find out the minimum amount of credit sales. What is your minimum amount? Okay, so how you're going to do that? First of all, read the additional information clearly. So they said N Limited wishes to improve cash position. This is whatever the information you're having, that is for N Limited. They want to improve the cash position because they found at the end of the cash position is not okay. Okay, they found this thing. So at the end of the August and whatever, and end of the August, they want to improve the cash position. Okay, in the month end of August. Okay, and want to minimum ending balance. They want like the balance should be 24,500. Okay, what is the balance right now? Closing balance for the month of August, it is 1,000. 140, but they don't want this much. They want instead of this we want how much balance? 24,500. To achieve this, one of the director proposed, इसको अचीव करने के लिए डायरेक्टर ने बोला कैश डिस्काउंट दे दो भाई 4%, offer cash discount on 4% on credit sales. Whatever the credit sales you are having, give them 4% so that you can achieve this much cash balance. Okay. So they have to make अर्ली पेमेंट ताकि वो जल्दी से पेमेंट कर दें, बिकॉज कैश पोजीशन को अच्छा करने के लिए आपको पैसा ज़्यादा चाहिए. इफ़ यू वांट मोर मनी देन ओनली यू improvise your cash position, and for that they use a trick to give an offer of cash discount to the credit customers. Okay, so that they can give money earlier, okay, by receiving 4% as a cash discount. Okay, so this is the question. Now what is this? Calculate the minimum amount of credit sale. How much credit sales you have to pay? What is the minimum amount for credit sale? So that the cash discount in order to achieve, so that we can offer the cash discount to them and we will achieve this position of cash. But this is for the month of August. Okay. Now listen to me very, very carefully. Cash budget. What is cash budget? Receipt, total receipt. Okay, then total payment. Okay, then you have to find out net receive, then opening balance, and then you conclude with your closing balance. Okay, now as per this question, we don't know how much we are going to receive because we don't know the sales. They ask you to find out the credit sales now, so you don't know the sales. Okay, leave the question now. Total payment, they don't say anything regarding the total payment, but what is your total payment? Okay, I'm going to change color to this one. Okay, so total payment is for the month of August is 282,480. So I'm going to write it here, 282,480. This is my August total payment, right? Okay, then again we don't know the net receive, so R, we can assume R over here. So R minus 282,480. Okay, then opening balance of cash, it remains same for the month of August. Opening balance cash is 61620, because they did not say anything regarding the opening balance. They want, instead of this 14140, instead of this balance they want closing balance 24,500. Okay, 24,500. That's it. Okay, now find out that how much increment in increase. If this thing happen, how much increment is in the receipt? Okay, so first of all we are going to find out the receipt. Okay, so how we are going to find out? We have to do, if you're going to add these two, then we are able to find out the closing stock. So I'm going to do same, R minus 282,480 plus 61620 is equals to 24,500. I think you're able to know how this equation is formed. Okay, how this equation is formed. Okay, so after solving this, 24,500 plus 282,480 minus 61620, you will able to find out your receipt. Okay, that is how much? That is 245,360. Okay, now the question is how much they increase. Earlier your total receipt is this much, 206,720. Now your total receipt is, after, if the person wants this much balance, then total receipt is this much. So how much it increase? So increase in receipt is 245,360, this much and this much, minus 206,720, then increase in receipt is 38,640. Okay, now in this sales, this is sales, they ask you, like they give 2% cash discount. They ask you like whatever the sales, for if we want whole sales in cash, then we have to give 2%. So what is my credit sales? This is total sales. In this, cash sales and credit sales both included. Okay, so 100% minus how much discount they are going to offer you? 2%, I guess. So 2% is what? 2% is your, look, cash sales plus credit sales is equals to how much, which we calculated here, 38,640. Okay, don't do that. Just write down like simply. What you going to do? If you need to find out amount of credit sales, okay, then if you're going to find out this amount we don't know, so I'm going to write out the credit sales only, this much, into 96%. Why 96%? Because 2% is the discount. So on credit sale, if you're going to do 96,000, so my cash sales is 38,640, which we already calculated. Okay, now for finding out this credit sales, 38,640 divided by 96, it is 2% or 4%? 4% na? 4% it is. Okay, so 96. So credit sale is 40,250. Okay, now this thing is clear. Now in E part they ask you explain two methods to improve the cash position. How you going to improve the cash position in this situation? So because in this situation you purchase machinery in the month of August, so delay in purchase machinery. Okay, so that you have more fund, or you can delay it for the next month or for another day. Okay, another month, or you can issue shares because you need more cash. So for that you can issue share as non-current asset, should be financial for long-term one. Okay, you can issue shares as non-current assets, so that should be financed by long-term fund. Okay, so this is the thing. Now quick revision, quickly. Cash budget, receipt, then payment. Cash budget, receipt, total receipt, then total payment, then net receivable. Okay, so net receivable, after net receivable plus opening balance of cash and then you'll get sorry, you will get closing balance of cash. Okay, and this is something difficult one I found, the D part. Look, if you know the concept, there is nothing difficulty. Okay, so how you going to do that? You know how to prepare a cash budget. Okay, now, so they told you simply, like, we want closing balance this much, 24,000 we want as a closing balance of cash. भाई उनको इतना ला के दे दो, ठीक है. उन्होंने कहा कितना सेल्स हो रहा है हमें नहीं पता, सेल्स कितना हो रहा है हमें नहीं पता, वी डोंट नो अबाउट द सेल्स, बट जितना भी होगा उसको फटाफट कैश में लाने के लिए हम 4% डिस्काउंट देंगे. वी आर गोइंग टू पे 4% फॉर गेटिंग द सेल्स, क्रेडिट सेल्स, कन्वर्टिंग दैट क्रेडिट सेल्स इनटू द कैश सेल्स. ओके फाइन. सो ट्रेड पेबल सेम रहा, इट विल रिमेन सेम. ओके, सो net receivable is what? Receipt minus payment, and then we are going to add opening balance so that we can find out the closing balance. It is already given. So from this equation we easily find out the receipt. Okay, then find out how much increase in receipt. भाई पहले कितना था, अब कितना हो गया? पहला था 206,720 एंड नाउ इट इज 245,360. ओके, तो कितना बढ़ गया? 38,640 बढ़ा है रिसिप्ट. ओके, क्यों बढ़ा है? बिकॉज वी वांट क्लोजिंग बैलेंस दिस मच. हमने जब क्लोजिंग बैलेंस कैश का बढ़ाया है तो इतना भी तो बढ़ाया है. तो उन्होंने बोला भैया amount of credit sales into 96%, okay, is your sales जितना भी बढ़ा है due to increase in cash. How you going to form this equation? ये equation बनाना आसान है. कैसे आसान है? उन्होंने कहा सेल्स, सारी सेल्स को क्रेडिट सेल्स पे, जितनी भी क्रेडिट सेल्स हैं, मेरे को 100% नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को क्रेडिट सेल्स का 96% ला दो बस. 4% मैं छोड़ रहा हूँ, 4% आई एम गोइंग टू लीव एज अ कैश डिस्काउंट. जस्ट गेट मी मनी, गेट माई मनी बैक. ओके, इन द पर्टिकुलर मंथ ओनली. तो अगस्त से उन्होंने कहा कि भैया जो भी क्रेडिट सेल्स हैं उसका फटाफट मुझे निपटारा पैसा दे दो, आई वॉन्ट मनी, and take 4% as a cash discount. But कितना क्रेडिट सेल्स है we don't know ना, we don't know this thing. तो 4% डिस्काउंट है ना, तो it means 96% हो गया. So क्रेडिट सेल्स इसका कितना डिवाइडेड बाय 96, this way, this is the equation. क्रेडिट सेल्स का 96% ये है 38,640, क्योंकि इतना बड़ा है चेंज होने से, ये पूरी सिचुएशन चेंज करने से, पूरा चीज़ चेंज करने से रिसिप्ट इतना बड़ा है. सो इट मीन्स क्रेडिट पे कितना 96% किया तब ये आया, बट क्रेडिट सेल्स कितना है वी डोंट नो. ओके, तो क्रेडिट सेल्स निकालने के लिए दिस डिवाइडेड बाय दिस कर दिया. ओके, दिस डिवाइडेड बाय दिस कर दिया, 0.96. Okay, then you will find out your credit sales. That's it. Okay, I think this much is clear. I think this much is clear to you all. If you're having any doubt or any problem, please let me know. Okay, please let me know if you're having any kind of a problem. Thank you so much.